Hello, 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 guys. This is your girl, Shanadra, once and again with Let's Dig Deep. Our topic for today is really a question. What do you do when digging deep gets deep on you? I know you're like, what? Yes. What do you do when digging deep gets deep on you? So let's get into this word real quick because it's about to get deep. So we're reading from the book of Jonah, the first chapter, verses 1 through 4. And it says, Now the word of the Lord came unto Jonah, the son of Amittai, saying, Arise, go to Nineveh, the great city, and cry against it, for their wickedness is come up before me. So God, it says, now the word of the Lord came to Jonah, saying, Arise and go to Nineveh, that great city, and cry against it, for their wickedness is come up before me. So God is like, I need you to go to Nineveh and cry out to them and let them know that I see their wickedness. And I need you to go and cry against it. So, basically they can change over. But Jonah rose up to flee unto Tarshish from the presence of the Lord and went down to Joppa. And he found a ship going to Tarshish. So he paid the fare, therefore, and went down into it to go with them unto Tarshish from the presence of the Lord. So he thought, oh, this is too much. I can't go there and pray and cry out against what they're doing because they're going to try to kill me. That's what Jonah is thinking. And he decides he's not going to do what God asked him to do, commanded him to do. He's going to do what he want to do his way. That's too tough for him. He doesn't want to deal with that. He'll do anything else, but going there and doing that, no, he can't do that. That's just, that's a bit much. You asking me to go to Nineveh and cry out against these people that are sinning. That's a bit much. So remember the topic is, what do you do when digging deep gets deep on you? So that's where we're at now. So 4 reads, but the Lord sent out a great wind into the sea, and there was a mighty tempest in the sea, so that the ship was like to be broken. So there's no escaping. He said in verse 3 that Jonah rose up to flee unto Tarshish from the presence of the Lord. You can't flee from the Lord. Adam and Eve tried to hide when they realized that they were naked. They couldn't hide from the Lord. Cain tried to, talk like, the Lord didn't know that he killed his brother. Am I my brother's keeper? You can't hide from the Lord. You can't hide anything from the Lord. You can't hide, and there's nothing that you cannot escape, period. And this goes from my pastor's teaching. He has us to study our word. So with me studying my word, it got deep on me personally. And, you think, oh, God told me that I'll just do it. I ain't going to be disobedient, whoop. So everyone knows the topic of the show, of this show, but what God has given me for the whole show. The name of my show that he gave me is Let's Dig Deep, getting to the root of things. That's the name of my show. Then I start digging in deep into the word as I'm instructed by my pastor. We have to study our word on our own. after he preaches it, we have to go and really study. And so I'm studying the word. And as I told y'all in the previous video, I just ain't too long ago got off a fast. God has shown me a lot of things that I asked for from the fast. It's a huge situation I have to deal with after the fast. And God is like, you're kind of acting like Jonah. I'm like, no, I'm doing what you said. I'm not being afraid. I don't like being in front of the camera, so I'm being in front of the camera. Like, he was like, yeah, that's easy. I mean, you may not like it, but you can do that. That's not challenging. That's not that challenging. So I'm like, okay, so what is it? Because, you know, we make excuses as to why, we're not doing that one thing we know we need to be doing. We try to flee from it. We try to say, well, I'm letting God. My excuse was, I'm letting God handle it, which I was. But then God brought it back to me like, you're ready to handle it. And I'm like, oh, yeah, but I'm waiting on you because, I don't want to go outside. He don't want to hear that. He does not want to hear that. Okay? Well, let me tell you, personally, God is not trying to hear that. Just like we're not trying to hear that with our kids when our kids are like, oh, well, I was just trying. We don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear all that. That's what I tell my kids. I don't want to hear all of that. What you trying to talk about. So again, let's go back to the question. The question/topic of today is, what do you do when digging deep gets deep on you? So here I am, digging deep into the word. And it's like, wow, what in the world? We read stories and we're like, oh, that ain't me. I would never do that to God or whatever. But we don't realize that some of our actions is doing that. I mean, people read the Bible, and that's another thing that is wrong. That I used to just go by, what it actually said, but it's a deeper message in it. It has nothing to do with him. It's not, don't focus on the fish. Oh yeah, I remember that story. Yeah, he ended up in the fish. That's the one that was in the fish. You missed the whole story. You missed the whole message. You missed the whole everything. That's what kids will remember, because their minds is not there. But as adults, we have to dig deeper into the word to get what God is trying to tell us in the word. And when I was digging deep into the word, digging deep got deep on me. And I was like, wow, Lord, I am sorry for one, For two, I'm going to have to handle this. Like, God is like, I have equipped you to do this. I'm always with you. You tell everyone, and God is with. So you know that I'm with you. And you have to trust me, especially when you don't trust because my thing is, now that I'm trying to live in God, and do everything right in God's eyes, not man's eyes, not nobody on this earth eyes, but God. So now that I'm really trying to make sure that I'm not acting out of flesh, it's like, okay, Lord, please, because, I don't know how to, I don't want to deal with this in any of my ways. So, I just want to give it to you so you can deal with it. And he's like, no, that's not how it works. You're going to deal with it. I'm teaching you how to deal with it. And that's the same thing that we do with our kids. They're like, Mama, and it's like, no, you got to be a big boy. You got to be a big girl. And you got to handle this. You're not going to be able to call on me for every little thing. I'm trying to raise you where when big things like this come to you, you will be able to handle it. You'll be able to pray without me. You'll be able to do these things. So, with God, he's saying, I'm maturing you. I'm trying to mature you. So, because this is nothing compared to what's going to happen as I elevate you. There's going to be more harder situations than this. So I need you to do this task like he told Jonah. Look, I need you to cry out to them so that they can basically know that I know that they've been wicked. And Jonah was like, oh, it's too big for me. You know, I don't want to do that. He went the total opposite way. The guy told him to go to Nineveh. He went to Tarshish. And then it goes on and on, but I want you guys to read the word, so I'm not going to tell you the whole book of Jonah. Jonah is not that big or long for you not to be able to read it. So, but I want you to dig deep so it can get deep on you, because as I read the whole Jonah, you know, he ended up, you know, after he got spit out, after he repented and was like, Lord, I'm sorry for running, whatever. He ended up he ended up doing it anyways, you know. God is gonna, you know, you're gonna end up having to do it anyway, just like the kids. You tell them clean up, they try to cry and do all this extra stuff and think that, oh, well, I'll cry to you, oh, I understand, yeah. You still gotta clean up that room. That's not gonna, you know, you still gotta do it. So Jonah still had to do it. So he ended up doing it. And, you know, the people started repenting and, you know, changing their ways and stuff. So God, you know, that was the whole point in God telling him that that's what he wanted the people to do. Now, if the people didn't do that, then he was going to, you know, destroy it. But that's what he wanted them to do. But when he told the people, you know, if you don't do this, then God is going to let it die. I'm trying not to tell you the whole story, but it's so interesting. And he's telling them, you know, so when God sees that they are, you know, trying to fix themselves or whatever, and coming to him, you know, he doesn't, you know, destroy them. And then Jonah gets angry with God, and he's like, you know, see, this is why I didn't want to do it, because I knew that your grace and your mercy was going to do this, and I knew, you know, he started getting angry with God, and God gave him his moment, like we do with our kids. I'm gonna let you have your moment, because I know you upset, but you don't understand yet. I'm gonna let you sit and let that marinate real quick. So you'll eventually get it. Like my parents used to tell me, you may not understand right now, but trust me, you'll get it sooner or later. And I get it. But, you know, so anyways, he got angry with God or whatever. And that's how sometimes people are with God. It's like God tell us to do something, and then we thinking, oh, well, if I do it, then it's gonna turn out right, or, you know, I know it's gonna work out, and whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. But he's like, quit worrying about the outcome of it. You doing too much. You don't worry about the outcome of it. Whatever the outcome of it, just trust and know that I know. I'm already there. So don't worry about the outcome. You just do what I asked you to do. I know what the purpose of you doing this for. You may not understand, you may not know, but I do. So you just do what I asked you to do, and don't worry about how it's going to end. Quit worrying about that. That's my job. That's what I'm doing. That's why I said cast all your burdens to me. Don't worry about that. Once you do what I've asked you to do, then it's all for you. You just need to focus on doing what I know that you may think that you're not capable of this, and you may think that, you know, but if I'm telling you to do it, obviously I know you can do it. You're capable of it. So I need you to do it. Period. There's nothing else to be said. So I'm going to leave you guys with that, because I want you guys to read it for yourself. I mean, the word is just so interesting when you're really digging deep and you're really praying before you start reading so God can guide you through the word. And when he does that and you get it and it hits you, it's just like, whoa. So I'm just being real and transparent doing what he told me to do on this video. I always pray before I even do the video. So I hope you guys dig deep and just know that when you dig deep, it may get deep on you. So just like Jonah was deep in the belly of the whale, he got some understanding then, and then did what God said. But again, I pray that you guys will come to an understanding, and no matter if the tasks seem hard, just do it. Just even if it seems like it's beyond you, which it is, but God is with you. So you necessarily, David fighting Goliath, he couldn't fight Goliath without God. Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego, they did not worship, this little golden image. They stood on God's word like God told them to do. Stand firm. And they stood firm. And, King saw that, he was like, I thought it was 3 in there. I see 4. Because God was with him. So it does not matter what the task is that he has you to do. Just know that if God be before you, who can be against you? You don't have to worry about the outcome, how it turns out. Don't get angry with God like Jonah did. Just do it and be like, okay. That's why he said, lean not into your own understanding, because it's not going to make sense to you. His thoughts is not our thoughts. So just know, okay, the same way we expect our kids and we tell our kids, hey, I know the end result if you keep jumping on this bed. You're going to bust your head. I know if I tell you not to eat all this candy, I know the end results. You may not know. You may think, oh, mama is just not wanting me to have candy or have fun. Oh, I'm just going to keep. No, I already know what it will result to if you continue on this path. So that's the same thing with God. So we're going to have to face these challenging issues head on. There's no, we do need to allow God to deal with us and allow God to guide us through these situations. Number 1. And pray before we even enter any situation. Even if he tells us, pray before you enter into these situations. And then however it turns out, just trust in the Lord with all thine heart and acknowledge him in all your ways, because he knows what's best for us. He created us. So I'll leave with that. What do you do when digging deep gets deep on you? Trust God. That's the best answer I can give you. Trust God, no matter how it looks, no matter if it don't turn out the way you thought it was going to. He said, don't focus on how it's going to turn out or what it turned out to be. Know that I know what's going to happen. Know that I'm already there, and all you need to do is be worried about me and trusting in me. I got it. You just do what I asked you to do, and don't worry about the rest. The same thing if our children told us that something was happening at their school, and you just continue to be obedient. Listen to your teacher, and I'll handle the rest. But don't worry about anything else. You just do what you were told, what I asked you to do, and listen to your teachers, and I'll handle the rest. You don't worry about what else is going to happen. And that's what God is saying to us. So let's dig deep, guys.